Everyone's so quick to blame social media and dating apps. You blame Tinder, or you blame Instagram, you blame the algorithm, or you blame the corporations monetizing off you being lonely. And look, they do deserve some of it. I'm not going to let them off the hook that easily. But here's something nobody wants to say out loud. The apps didn't make us emotionally unavailable. And the apps didn't make us terrified of vulnerability. They didn't teach us to treat people like different options and to move on the second something feels off. The truth is, we did that. We just used the apps to do it faster. Alright, story time. I've got a friend, and he's a pretty good dude, he's pretty interesting. He's got a good job. He's got his own house, and things are going good for him in life. And by every metric of dating advice that the internet would tell you, he's doing great. Like, he's a 10 out of 10, green flags across the board. He's been single for years. And that's not because nobody's interested in him. He gets matches and he goes on dates. And girls like him, like he's a pretty good dude. But every single time something starts to feel real, like a genuine relationship, not just like having fun, he finds a reason to leave. And it's the same thing every time. She either texts too much or she doesn't text enough. She's great, but I don't see a future with her. Or I really like her, I'm just not feeling it right now. And I used to just nod along with him and be like, yeah man, you just haven't found the right one yet. But at some point, I started to notice a pattern. It was never about the girl. It was never about the timing. It was the fact that my boy had been swiping for so long, he's just become desensitized. And he doesn't let anything really develop. Like, these things take time, He's been conditioned to move on. And I think so have most of us. And here's what I think went wrong. Dating apps didn't ruin dating by just existing. They ruined it by reframing what dating actually is. Like, before all these apps, meeting someone required an actual moment. You were at a party or a bar or a coffee shop, even in class. And this was all in person. And then something happened. Maybe you talked to them or you made eye contact. And you thought about it for a few weeks before actually doing anything. But there was some friction. There was some real world social risk. And that friction was doing something important. It was building up a tolerance for uncertainty. It was teaching you that another human being was worth some discomfort. And I believe that apps just removed all of that. And now it's like you gotta interview people before you even meet them. You gotta decide if someone's worth your time based on just 6 photos that they selected to put on their profile. And you gotta make an opening message that'll grab their attention. And if that doesn't work, you just gotta swipe again, because there's thousands of other options out there. That's abundance. That's infinite scrolling for potential partners. I think that's the most psychologically damaging thing that's ever happened to modern dating. Because your brain can't value something which it perceives as infinite. But here's where I'm going to say the thing that is going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. The apps gave us the tools, and we just choose how to use them. Nobody's forcing us to treat people like a product. And nobody's forcing us to ghost someone after 3 weeks because it's just easier than having a conversation. And no one's forcing us to keep one foot out of the door of every relationship because something might be better one swipe away. We made those choices. And we made so many of them that they stopped feeling like choices. And that's just how we operate. It became the norm. And look, I get it. Me personally, I've done it. And you watching this, I've probably done it too. And this isn't me judging you. It's just an honest look at what's going on. Because here's the thing about swiping through hundreds of people every week for years. It doesn't make you better at dating. It makes you worse at it. It trains your brain to look for reasons to say no, instead of reasons to say yes. What I think we genuinely lost from all this is patience. It used to be the entire point of dating. Now the second something feels off, we're gone. Or when someone shows a flaw, we start to leave. And the second that excitement from the first few dates starts to ease out, becomes something more quiet, we start to wonder if we're settling. And we've mistaken the chase for the thing itself. A lot of people are going to spend a huge chunk of their lives trying to chase that first 2 weeks feeling, and then calling it standards when it's really just fear. Fear of the real thing. Fear of actually being known by someone. Because being known by someone means they can hurt you. And we've built our entire modern dating culture around avoiding that. And believe me, I'm no stranger to that either. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to delete your dating apps and go meet someone at a farmer's market or a bookstore, because that's not realistic for most people, and to be honest, it's pretty cliche, annoying advice. But I will say this. The fix isn't about which app you use or how many people you're talking to. The fix is about how you show up once you're actually in front of someone. You gotta stop looking for an exit before you even walk through the door. You gotta give things time. You gotta give people time. And most importantly, you gotta give yourself time. And that's the real reason my friend can't make anything stick. It isn't because he hasn't met the right person yet. It's because he's never let someone actually meet him. And that's the real problem. Social media and dating apps give us infinite options and zero tolerance for reality. And the only way to fix it is to choose reality anyway, even when it's the slower option. Anyways, that's just what I think. Let me know in the comments below if you've noticed this in yourself or someone you know, because I genuinely think most of us have been here at some point without fully realizing it. Because I know I have. And if you're in your head about someone right now, maybe that's your sign to stop overthinking it and just talk to them. See what happens, man. Just go with the flow. Alright, that's going to be all for today's video. I'll see y'all in the next one.